In this video, we'll be hunting a box of nickels. We'll be looking for any nickels older than 1960, including war nickels, buffaloes, or anything older. We'll also be looking for any foreigns, proofs, air reserve varieties, or any other cool things we can find. And I don't believe this box has any enders, so hopefully you'll get some good finds in the rolls. And let's start the hunt, and I'll bring you in when we have our first find. Just opened roll 4, and I'm not super sure, but might have a silver edge right there. Great to have silver as our first find if it is one. And it's not. It's just a 1984. It's dark colored. Just opened roll number 6, and when I saw the edge, I thought it was just going to be a discolored nickel, but we're going to have something different right there. Either a foreign or a token, it looks like. That's definitely a foreign coin of some sort. Looks like it's in Arabic. I can't read it. And it's from Kuwait. I don't know if I've ever found a coin from that country before. That's super cool. I'll look it up and see what year it is and what denomination it is. That's a cool find. Just did some research on this Kuwaiti coin, and the year, it's 1990, and it's a Kuwait 10 fils, and it's only worth a few cents in US dollars, but that's still a super cool, unique find, and I think it's my first from that country, so that's awesome. Roll number 7, and we have our first couple older Jeffersons of the box, and they are a 1958 and 1959, both from Denver. Next roll, and we have our first nickel from the 40s, and it is a 1940 out of Philly that's pretty beat up. Once again, next roll, and we have another older nickel, and this one is a 1957 from Philly. Roll number 10, and our little streak of finds is going to continue, and we have another one from 1957, but this one's from Denver. Roll 11, and we have our second find from the 40s, and like the other one, it's from 1940, but this one is the San Francisco, even though it's kind of hard to tell. Roll 15, and we have another find from the 50s, and this one is a 1952 San Francisco. Roll 17, and we have yet another find from the 50s, and this one's another 1957 Denver. Roll 22, and we have another older nickel, and this one is a 1954 minted in Denver. Next roll, and we have another find from the 50s, and this one is a pretty beat up 1955 Denver. Roll 27, and we finally have another find from the 40s that's not a 1940, and this one is a 1948 from Denver. Roll 30, and we have another nickel from the 50s, and this one is a pretty worn 1953, minted in San Francisco. Roll 42, and we have a couple more older nickels. First, we have our first nickel from 1941 of the hunt, and it's from Philly, and then we have another 1959 Denver. Roll 38, and we have yet another nickel from the 50s, and this one is a 1956 out of Denver. Roll number 43, I missed it by the edge, but we are going to have a 35% silver war nickel right here because I see the Denver Mint mark above the Monticello building. And the year is 1945. Glad we found a silver nickel in the box close to the end. That's a great find. Just opened roll 47, and I see that we're going to have the edge of the first Canadian of the box. It's going to be a second foreign because we got that Kuwaiti coin earlier. This Canadian is from 1993. Same roll as that Canadian, and we have another one from the 50s, and this one is another 1959 Denver. Roll 49, and we have another nickel from the late 50s, and this one's another 1958 from Denver. Just opened the last roll, and we might get lucky on the last roll because that edge looks pretty silvery. And it is war nickel number 2 of the box. This one's another one from 1945, but this one's from Philly. The other one's from Denver, this one's from Philly. Second war nickel of the box. That's an awesome find to end the box. Nickel box has been hunted, so let's go over the finds. We ended up with 11 estimates, 1 2009, 2 foreigns, one just a 1993 Canadian, and then the other one, that cool Kuwait 1990 10 fils, I believe it was. Not super old, not super valuable, but still never seen one before. That's a super cool find. Older Jeffersons, we actually got a pretty light amount in this box. We got a lot from the 50s, but only 4 in the 40s besides the silvers. And the best finds of the box were the 2 silver war nickels. Both of them were in the last 7 rolls. Both are 1945s, and one's a Philly, and one's a Denver. And overall, this was a great nickel box.